If you're on the lookout for some SEO help, the first question you might have is, why does this website you're looking at rank in regards to other competitors or the freelancers? It's always a great place to start. So what I'd like to do in this video is just to run through the performance of the site that you're physically looking at now. So obviously it's a hyper competitive industry. There's loads of freelancers, loads of agencies, everyone's competing. Everybody knows SEO, so it's not as if it's a competitive market with not a lot of marketing. It's a hyperactive, hyper competitive industry. So this website you've been looking at is probably a little over a year old in total, but has only really been pushed since January of 2022. So started the site last year, and let's dive straight into the report over the last 12 months. Let's just look at impressions for now. So this is basically the amount of eyeballs that's looked at the website over the last 12 months. So site went live around here. So as you can see, it was basically a placeholder site. It was just something to get indexed. It was just kind of very bare bones impressions and site in general. So you can see we're getting, I'm looking at the figure that says 44, so impressions 44. So you can see it started off 12, made it up to 44, 30, 80, 100. And the site kind of did well up until January time. You can see we're kind of there, and then towards the back end of January, we started getting a new site built in WordPress. So the site basically then, has doubled, tripled the amount of impressions. So it's starting to get visibility, getting eyes on the brand, and it just kind of grows very nicely, very steadily over the course of March. So start getting some rankings in place, starting getting some clicks. I'll show you the clicks in a second. And then we'll start to see a bit more takeoff in March. So March is when I really doubled down on the content, really put a lot of time and effort into the site, took a bit of time out of client work and just focused on my site. So we kind of hit around 1,000 impressions a day mark. So from January to April, throughout the full quarter, up to March, quite kind of slow growth, and then we see a big step change from April onwards. So Q2 starts off really strong. So 1,000 people a day seeing the site, really, really strong. And we start to see further growth. And there's a bit of a lull here. So what happens in this period is there's a lot of seasonality clicks in. So the rankings didn't change much, but a lot of people searching for SEO freelancers in general was quite low during this time. We had obviously a long bank holiday in June. And yeah, I mean, it's still growing. It's still, going the right way. Bit of volatility there from May to June, but Q2 still good growth considering we kind of ended June around the 2,000 mark, and we kind of went into Q2 around the 1,000 mark. So doubled the amount of impressions daily roughly to kind of leave end of June, and then this is where the kind of growth really does take on. So hit the 2,000 a day impressions, really strong, got consistent growth, holding the rankings really well, bit of growth here. And then around late August, did a bit of a restructure around the top nav, some kind of work around the content, revamping it. So quite significant changes, followed by quite a bit of volatility. So we're not seeing a huge drop off. I mean, 600 a day potentially. Considering it's 2,000, we're kind of around that mark, a little bit less. And then around here we had a Google update and kind of revamped the site. And then as we can see, it kind of just grows sort of 4,000 impressions a day. And then we're firmly on this upward trajectory as it is. And we kind of see 5,000 impressions a day, 6,000 break through that as well. So hopefully this will just keep going. I suspect till around the 8,000 mark as it currently stands. So what have you achieved? And I guess the way I think I typically look at it is I'll compare the last 6 months to the previous 6 months. So it was 12 months, game of two halves. So as you can see, the impressions here, the total 37,000 for the first 6 months for half one of the year. The second half of the year, 344,000 clicks. So obviously, half one of the year, it was 162 clicks, and then we see 909. So typically, social media plays a huge part of this as well. So I see LinkedIn being a huge driver as well. So it's really, really kind of strong volumes of traffic there. So some of the things that I want to kind of showcase it more as this key term here, and we'll look at it over the course of say 12 months. So this is SEO Freelancer UK, and what I'll do is I'll overlay a position there. So the orange line basically represents the average position the website held over the last 12 months, how I kind of got there, and the results that I got from it as well. So started off the year around position, well, obviously I was non-existent at this point, and then position 80, 70, 60, and then just consistently moving up the SERPs, bit of volatility around here, position 40, 30, 20, finally get on page 2, moving to page 1 position, and then kind of the nitty gritty stuff starts at this point where you're trying to basically look at the top 8 positions above you, see what they've got, and then move on that way. So competitive analysis and constantly growing and staying true to what the site's about. Position 7, bit of volatility, top 3, hovering around there, bit of volatility over this period, position 2, position 1, and then currently ending it on position 1. So that's SEO Freelancer UK. Really strong growth, came from nothing to position 1, held the rankings for quite some time, a little bit of volatility there, but you can kind of see from April all the way through to September. It's been a really good journey from that side. Another one is PPC Freelancer, so I actually do PPC as well, and I believe I'm in position 1 as it stands of today. Just needs a bit of updating on this, but similar story, kind of non-existent here, 70, 40s, bit of volatility, kind of work my way up the rankings, position page 2, page 1, page 2 again, and then basically just working our way up into page 1. I think as it stands today, 28th of September, I believe I'm position 1 for that as well. Similar story for PPC Freelancer UK as well. So yeah, that's again very similar, bit sporadic that one, but yeah. So I think it's been a really strong year. This is obviously just year 1, and obviously we see the clicks as well, which has gone up by things like 800%. The impressions by I think 1,000% as well. So really strong, really good growth, really competitive key terms. So yeah, it looks like there's a huge growth piece a lot around the areas that I work with. How did I do it in a sustainable way? It's kind of, consistently grew over 12 months. If this was an e-commerce site, I'll be really happy with the progress of this. I imagine the sales would be as well. It's driving really strong leads, and it's in a very competitive industry as well. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of show you the 12 months. I'll do this periodically, perhaps once a quarter, just run through the progress of the last quarter. If you jump on the YouTube channel where this video is, you'll see the previous videos where they kind of jump up from this period to this period, then this period to this period, and so on. So this is where we are as it stands today. So yeah, looking really strong, and long may it continue. If you need any advice on your site, if you want to do a free audit, free proposal, whatever it may be, just let me know, and yeah, I'll jump on it straight away. Thanks.